To create political change in Australia, voters need to change the way they vote. For many decades, there's been, pretty much since the Second World War, there's been a domination by Liberal and Labor politicians in all of our parliaments, and the extent of the indoctrination and the brainwashing of the electorate is massive, and particularly through the corporate media. So voters have the power to create political change, but however they need to change the way they vote, and the dominant politicians and their parties count on the fact that people don't know how to vote well in Australia. And they also do that through the education system, deliberately do not teach the political process very well so they can keep and maintain their own power and control in our society. So first of all, the House of Representatives, the green ballot paper, the lower house. Also there's videos out there of concern which actually teach people to vote incorrectly, and that your vote will be informal if you follow those procedures. So this way, if you vote this way, your vote will count, it'll be valid, and it'll count with the AEC and the state electoral commissions. So if you've got 6 candidates for the green ballot paper, the lower house, make sure that the rule is that you number all the boxes. 6 candidates, make sure you've got 6 numbers in there. If there's 7 candidates, make sure you've got 7. Number 1 next to the candidate that you want, 2 next to the next candidate, 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as all the boxes are numbered in a sequential order from 1 to 6, if there are 6 candidates, your vote will be formal and it will count. The Senate ballot paper, the federal Senate upper house, and this can be applied in state elections as well. My advice is for all voters throughout Australia to vote below the line. So ignore the top, because if you vote below the line, your vote will go exactly where you want it to go. There's a line on the side here. On this side of the line are independent Senate candidates. That's where my name will be for the last federal Senate election, 5th of April 2014. My name was here. So the independent Senate candidates will be always on the right hand side of the white ballot paper on the other side of the line. So if you want to vote for an independent Senate candidate, put number 1 in the box of the candidate, and then number all other boxes below the line until all boxes are filled in sequential order. The good news about voting below the line is that you will determine exactly where your vote will go and your preference will go. Also, for all the parties, you can vote for a candidate listed at the bottom of the list. Say, if you put 2 there, 3, etc. You don't have to vote top down, you can vote from bottom up, or any way you like. Also, voting for the candidate, not the party. So research all of these candidates below the line and number your boxes according to the order of where you want your vote to go. If you vote above the line, you just put a 1 in the box for the party, and that's really disempowering to voters. It's a very bad way to vote because the party will decide where your preference goes then. It's a very lazy way to vote, and they count on that to disempower you as a voter. So if you vote above the line, you'll put a 1 in a box above the line and leave all of these boxes blank, but that party will decide where your preference goes in accordance with deals done with other parties. So it's a very bad way to vote. In fact, you could easily just put a line above, through the boxes above the line, or just leave them blank so that you don't go there. It's always best to vote below the line, number all the boxes below the line, and that way your vote will count, will go exactly where you want it to go. And you vote according to the candidate then, not the party, the candidate. Do research on all these candidates. You can get the list of candidates several weeks before the election and then vote accordingly. Just a small note that my name probably will always be on the right hand side here in the independent list and below the line there. So if you wanted to vote for me, for example, you just look for my name and then put a 1 in that box, and then, as I said, just number all the remaining boxes. If there were 77 candidates in the last federal Senate re-election WA, so obviously number all boxes up to 77 if that's the number. So yeah, number all the boxes, ignore the top bit, and your vote will count exact. It'll be formal, it'll be valid with the AEC and the WA, the State Electoral Commissions, and it will definitely always go to where you want. And hopefully eventually then Australia will abolish above the line voting for the Senate. They'll get rid of it, because if everybody in Australia votes this way below the line for the Senate, we can get rid of that party domination and determining where your preference goes, which is what we want to get rid of. It's very disempowering to voters, so vote below the line for the Senate. Thank you.